the food? So Struff is getting the first answer.
Why you were ordering on English?
I was thinking that too. When she came over, he was like, in spinach. I was like, why are you speaking in English?
I was not sure if I should confuse her.
What do you mean confused? If she speaks German?
I know, but if she, if it started and she comes back...
You should do that. When she comes back, you just go full German.
Before, then she comes and speaks German with me, but we tape it, and then she starts speaking German with me, and then I answer.
Oh, so it's for the cameras. It was for the camera.
We're in German,
Yeah. Yeah.
You should just say my English isn't very good.
Yeah.
You gotta speak German.
I can do.
You cannot play UTS if you don't speak English now.
Oh. Is your last name, is it German? Is Schwartzman the last name?
Yeah, German. Well, now coming to here with Lufthansa, everyone in the crew was talking to me in German.
And you were like, no.
But Schwartzman, no, yeah. I'm Argentinian. I mean, family came from Poland.
Really?
Sounds German, but they went to Argentina from Poland.
Ah, okay. So your family speaks Polish?
No, nobody.
Nobody?
No, it was like 100 years ago.
Oh, okay.
First war, after the first war.
Oh, wow.
They moved to Argentina.
Many people, yeah. I mean, everyone in Argentina is like 80% came from Spain and Italy. And then you have a big community from East Europe, like German, Poland, Russia, many different places.
Go ahead, Rublo.
No.
We're just gonna have to just start feeding you questions.
Rublo doesn't want to.
Rublo doesn't want to. Rublo just says, "Bring me my burger."
If I start to speak, I will say something.
Every time you have a mic,
then for sure they will put me in a jail.
Good job,
So
coach.
you went to
country
the
club.
university as well. Did you finish? Or you
No,
stop?
I left after my third year.
After third year?
Yeah, the third year. Because going into it, I said that if I won NCAAs, which is the tournament, if you're an American and you win it, you get a wild card into the U.S. Open. I was like, if I win that, I'm gone. Like,
And you won
done. No, I lost in the quarters to Ty Kwiatkowski. Tyson Kwiatkowski.
Yeah.
So I lost in the quarters to him, and I was like, oh well, I guess I'm going back to school. And then I won the 25K, and then I finaled the 25K back-to-back weeks. I was like, whatever. I lost to Matthias Bachtinger, first round of a challenger.
Yes.
Yeah, German.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matthias Bachtinger beat me, and then I played Atlanta, and I quartered. I beat Fritz first round, Donaldson second round. And then I was like, I'm still going back to college. And then I qualified into Cincinnati, and then they gave me a U.S. Open wildcard. So I was like, I'm out. See ya. That was all I needed.
Finally, without that title,
I was like,
you received the
I was like,
wildcard.
I'm gone.
How old are you now?
25.
Too young. You, Struffy?
33.
But you
33.
doesn't look like 33.
I know.
27.
Imagine if I shave completely. It's disaster. I look much
What do you
younger.
mean disaster? I mean, all the
look so
people,
young.
they would like to look younger.
At some point.
Baby Struffy.
At some point, yeah. But
What do you mean? You're the
look
only
for
one
me?
who wants to look older. Me, I prefer to look
No.
like 18. Because
No,
then when
really?
I'm gonna be 40 or 50, I will look like 30 maybe.
I mean, if you're getting older, it's good if you look younger. But if you start like 18, 19, 20, you wanna, or 15, 16, you wanna look a bit older.
I feel like you want that.
I mean,
you want that when you're 19.
Maybe, but when you're already 23, 24,
Yeah, you're like, I wanna go back.
Yeah, at some
You
point
know
it
that you're
changes.
already on the road that you cannot go back. So
know, yeah.
no point to stress, you will get there in one moment.
How old are you? What is it?
31.
31.
31, wow.
15. You go?
Times is flying, man.
Yeah, crazy.
Crazy.
We were on the way to practice today. I was asking Struff because he played all of the big three, and I was just like, what did it feel like to play each of them? Like I got to practice with Roger. I got to like hit with Roger, and then I got to train with him one day. It was like totally different. It was like a totally different person. And I got to hit with Novak and never hit with Rafa. I'm like, he hits the ball so hard. Like, I don't know if I want to deal with that. But he was like explaining, he was like, I just wanted to know what it felt like. And he was saying, like, Novak was just so solid when he's dialed in
You
like
feel
that.
the same?
And
Yeah,
you
is it-
cannot breathe. You know, I played many times with three of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think the thing about them is on court off court, they are totally different.
Yeah. You
Even
mean like
playing.
all three of them are different personalities?
Yeah, even obviously playing in the competition, Rublo also played with them a few times. It's like Roger is like you see him and there is
Carefree. It's just
from
like
the
that.
beginning. Then Novak and Rafa still focused, but one lefty,
Yeah.
with the spin, the other one too clean.
Yeah, I was telling him, I talked to Francis about it, and Francis said he thinks Fed might be the best at after he breaks you, that next hold, it's like boom, 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 boom. Like he said, it's like gone. It's like the first 2 points, if he breaks you and like it's his turn to serve, he said it's 30 love like that. Like you have
but
no
sometimes
chance.
you play with the other two and you feel like, okay, I'm in the
it.
match and
Yeah.
I'm playing, and then
You're just not winning points
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
With his like Roger, you might not be in the match.
Maybe the
but-
score is
but
better
the
with
score is
Roger.
better, but it's
Yeah.
like
But the-
4-4. But it's like you weren't really close. It was just he kind of gave you some. He sabered one, and you never felt good. But like Novak, you're like 2 cross, 1 line slash. You get it, and the score is like 4-1 double
sometimes
break.
looks upset and but then
It's like 5-1, and you're like,
It's
wait, I
so
thought I
bad.
was in this.
It's Novak, the one have like 19-0 against
Miguel.
Monfils.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like you see that and it's impossible. I mean, how 19 times to
Last year, Miguel was so close. He had almost match
In
points.
Doha,
also.
right? Or
No,
Dubai?
Dubai. It was crazy match.
6-3 in the second set breaker? 6-3, I think, in the or 5.
I don't know, but it was crazy. Like he had many match
It was
points,
a
break
set?
up, match point.
I think it was
everything.
a set 6-3 in the breaker.
You beat,
In the
you
second
beat
set
Nole?
breaker.
Yes, once.
Once and Rafa once?
Yeah, Rafa once and Roger once.
Cincinnati.
Ala,
I commentated
That's why
his
the
win.
burger, no? Now is coming.
I commentated his win
secret.
against Novak in
Yeah?
Serbia. Yeah, it was like I asked him, I was like, you won like 0-3 or something like that, didn't you?
Where to Novak?
Serbia final in Belgrade.
At the Novak Tennis Center.
Was
the final?
No.
Yeah, the final.
But I was like, he was dead. He didn't play Australia. Then he
Laszlo, I
played.
remember that match.
Then
I
he
saw
played
that match.
something. He lost in Dubai,
In Monte-Carlo.
lost in Monte-Carlo,
Davidovich
and
became
then was Belgrade. And he was winning every match 3 hours.
Yeah.
Playing 3 hours since the beginning. Kismanovic 3 hours,
So
then
you took the
Jerry
chance.
3 hours, then semi-final against Karen 3 hours, and then final. And he won second set 7-6, and he was dead.
6-0, so you bageled him.
And Federer where?
Cincinnati. 3-3.
Oh, that's right.
3 and 4. I think,
Second round it was?
to be in quarters.
Fuck. Bravo, Rublo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think not many have that
Yeah, I
stat, eh?
know. Hey.
I want to see that. How many?
Have you gotten, have you,
How
wait,
many
do you have
guys
all of
beat
them?
at least one time
You have all
these
3?
Yeah.
What about
And Andy.
Murray?
Yes, also. But Andy, when he was, not when he was at the top.
Yeah, well,
Andy
was it coming back like post hip
Yeah.
surgery? Oh, okay.
after the Andy, the one that after the surgery. Before surgery, he beat me when I was a kid. I passed quali in Australia and I passed 1 round, and he beat me 6-0, 6-2, 6-1, something like that.
No way.
Yeah, 6-2. Yeah. Andy, yeah, but he was number 1 at that time.
No more talking now, guys. Just eating.
I got a good question for Rublo. I got a good one. I just thought of it.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
said
Just
something.
Go.
take him out and he has to think about it.
See, nah, but see, if I do it now.
well.
Okay, ask question and I will think.
Okay. Where did your love for music come from and the whole
Opa.
the boy band thing start? How did that get started?
That's a good one.
Yeah, I thought about that like 5 minutes ago, and I was like, I can't wait to swing that on him. We can pull up the video if you want.
Look, Chris. Look one thing.
When you said, "Look," I knew what you were doing.
I told you have tools to be commentator, man.
No, but you still not singing, but you like music and follow
Yes.
music and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. Music I like since I was a kid. I don't know. I was taking lessons to play
still?
instruments. Huh?
Still doing?
I have no time. Guitar I was taking lessons. And no, the boy band was just nothing.
Was it just like something to do for fun? You guys put it on YouTube?
No, because I like a lot of music. And I had some people that I know that they were doing these kind of things. And I say, can I go any day when you are doing those things at the studio to see just how you are doing this, because for me it's interesting, and I never even been in my life. And they say, yes, of course, no problem. And then, I don't know, they say, even if you want, you can have a little part and be inside. And I say, okay. So it was...
So you recorded in the studio and then you guys shot the video after? It's pretty cool.
And that's it. That was the story. So there was no something behind this or something.
You? After tennis, what do you
Commentator.
Probably.
Yeah. You didn't see him? Looks so good, man. You can't believe. What?
Yeah.
He can do anything, man. Doesn't matter. It's not about tennis. It's the way he talks, man. He can do breaking news, man, if you want.
No, it's actually pretty interesting. Like it's when you gonna get
to work
rhythm
on
of it,
for sure, you will work on TV, man.
you get in the rhythm of it. It's actually like it's kind of cool. Like now, if I'm watching, doesn't matter if it's NBA or NFL or like even tennis. Like I kind of like, because I've done it, I know what is going on. Like I know when, for instance, I'll watch like sports shows, and I'll know when the person kind of gets lost. Like they'll have a point and they'll like make it, and then they kind of go off, and I'm like, oh, they're struggling. They can't figure it out, and then they like come back, and I'm like, all right, that's when they found it. Or if the producers talking in their ear, you can kind of tell, because the way that they'll talk like this, the whole cadence will be like this, and then they'll kind of slow it down so they can listen and be like, they're telling me that you know, a stat maybe, and they need to kind of know it, and then they go right back into their normal cadence, and I'm like, okay, the producer was probably telling them something. Like, we have a lot of like sports talk shows.
You can be the first one who will do the YouTube video,
ESPN,
the best comebacks
it's
of
crazy,
the...
yeah.
Huh?
ESPN, when you see it, it's a whole day.
Yeah, a whole day of just commentating, just talking, and like...
he will work on TV for sure, man. He's natural
But
talent.
you want to do that like off, not on live, or?
Doesn't matter, man. If you see his natural talent.
No, but there's a huge difference. Like sitting and speaking about something happens.
Everything works.
So I enjoy the analyst stuff more, because it's just breaking down and explaining what happened.
Okay.
Actually calling a match, it's a little tough, because if any of us were to go in to call a match and do commentary, they're gonna put us in color, which means we talk from a player's perspective. The person that we work with is doing play-by-play. So they're sending you into commercial, bringing you out of commercial. Okay. They're telling you all the facts about, you know, your childhood, your first coach. Like, they know all the research behind it. Yeah. And our job will be just to talk tennis. Okay. Whoever the play-by-play person is, they have a style that they like. So like the first time I did it with a guy named Mark Peche, who's a former player. Pech was like 80 in the world, maybe like 60 something in the world. And he's really good at play-by-play. But he's very casual. It's like doubles. Like, you need to know your partner. So like when I'm in there with Pech, we're sitting there, we're talking, and he's like, you know, Chris, give me the top 5 most RPMs on a forehand. And we're just literally in there just having fun. Yeah. And then I did it with another guy, Jason Goodall, who does ESPN, who also does Tennis Channel. Jason has a different style than Pech, and I had to learn that. Like, Jason is there's a rhythm to it. Our timing, when I say something, it needs to kind of flow with him. Yeah. With Pech, we would talk over each other, and it's like all good. With Jason, Jason is probably one of the most diligent, like, in terms of his research and stuff. Like, he knows his stuff. So like, I know his style now. So like, this year's the Open, I did a couple matches with him for ESPN. And because I know his style, I know when I need to lay out. Because I know when Jason has something he wants to go. So you do on ESPN? So I've done ESPN and Tennis Channel. Okay. So I've worked with them both, like this year I worked with Jason at ESPN, but I've also worked with him at Tennis Channel.
You like to do on site or from your home?
On site's a lot better, because just watching tennis live is a lot better. Like, and when I'm doing it for Tennis Channel, most of the time we're just watching a screen. It's like we're literally sitting there watching a TV screen, and we got headphones on, and we're like, oh, what a shot, and then there's a delay, and then it goes to TV.
Yeah, but there is no crowd,
Yeah, you don't really feel it. Yeah. So like when you're there, like we called your match, me and Jason called your match this year. You beat,
US Open?
Yeah, this year at the Open. You played on Armstrong.
I beat Draper.
You beat Draper. Yeah, I actually called you winning that match in 4. I was like, I feel like Rublev's gonna win in 4. But the crowd in that end of that, when Draper started getting some momentum going, and the crowd started getting really behind him, because you were cruising and Draper clearly physically wasn't there. And then he started to kind of get going and the crowd started getting loud. When that happens and you're in the stadium, we just shut up. We just literally lay it out and just let like break point, we don't say a word because the crowd is doing everything for us. In Tennis Channel, if we're doing it in studio, it's tougher to get that feel. You can hear it and you know it's electric, but like I would have loved to have been there for one of your Monte-Carlo matches this year. I would have loved to have been there for Musetti Djokovic this year in Monte-Carlo. Because like you could just sense like, oh man, I bet that crowd is live, but we're sitting in a closed off room looking at a monitor, so it's tough. But I enjoy the analyst stuff more. The commentating, it takes a little bit. You got to get used to it, but then it's fine.
You love it, man.
Yeah, it's cool. I actually really enjoy it.
If they tell me to commentate one match, they will ban me for sure after it. They will never call me again.
You really don't like it?
No, it's not me I don't like, but for sure the way I'm talking, I would say something that they will ban me because it will not be allowed to say those things on TV.
When they go live and it's like you're on, you're way more aware, especially the first time. You're way more aware. You're like you think about what you say a little
Trust
bit
me,
more.
I don't care.
Yeah, but the people is talking. It's just I think indifferent. It's like it's good to have your opinion. It's not.
No, it's not about opinion. Look,
He's gonna say something like foul. Like,
yes,
like, what it is.
the way he
because
explained.
he's being honest. So
No, it's not about
like,
honest. It's about education. Because look how he speak, and the way he explained himself, and then me. Here, there, okay, thank you.
Yeah, but yeah.
And
You get used to it. You figure it out. It's actually so.
they tell me this since I was 7.
For
you know?
me, it's huge difference.
you gotta talk better.
It's huge
It's okay.
difference.
You're still young. You will
How
figure out how
the
to.
commentators improve
explain
when they
yourself
have
when you grow
one
up.
former player
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
on the side. Because the commentators are asking to the players many different things and giving.
Yeah, they
you
want to
the-
know, like, you've been in this
Yeah,
situation,
so it's
what does it feel
different.
like? I forgot when I called Shelton, Tommy Paul, I was sitting there, this is a good one. I was sitting there with Patrick McEnroe, Patrick can do play-by-play or color. He's been doing it for years, and he's a former player.
Many years.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for many years. And we're sitting there and we're calling Tommy and Ben gets up 2-0 in a break. And after the second, like we're on air, we're talking, and then we go off, and Patrick's like, man, like Tommy's looked like he's struggling. Like I think Shelton's gonna roll in this third set.
I saw the third
I was
set.
like, I wouldn't be convinced. I said Tommy's too good of a fighter to just walk away. Because Tommy at the end of the second his body language did look kind of like whatever. Came out in the third, got broken early. And Patrick was like, I think it's done. I was like, I don't think so.
And
I'm
you
just
won
telling you.
the third,
And then there was a one service game. Ben like maybe double faulted, missed the first ball forehand. I was like, now watch Tommy's whole demeanor change. Sure enough, Tommy starts bouncing around, and Tommy goes on, wins the third. And as we're going into the fourth, Patrick is on the call. We're on air, and he goes, well, raise your hand if you saw this coming. And I'm sitting up there, and I'm like,
yeah.
he goes, well, Chris Eubanks might have been the only one. And then Ben went on to win it 4. But I was just like, I know Tommy. I was like,
I thought Tommy was going to win that match.
going into
After
it,
that
I wasn't.
third.
After the third, it could have changed quick. I was very worried
He
because
had
Tommy's
the
whole
chance
energy.
at the beginning on the fourth.
He had a chance in the beginning of the fourth, but then Ben kind of like got it going again, and then I was like, all right, now I feel like I just don't feel like Tommy's gonna go away like 3 just straight sets to Ben and that deep. I just didn't see it. I felt like he was gonna put up a good fight, and he did. And Patrick was like, all right, you saw that coming. And I was like, yeah, because I know these guys. Like,
But I wanted to ask you, when did you decide, like, after playing, that you are commentating, or did you do like both in between? Or?
No, so what happened was, I was telling Andrey this on the walk over in 2021, I think before the Open start. So Tennis Channel had already started to invite current players who were injured to like do a week. You go and do a week and kind of make some cash, pretty much. That was what the thing was. So in 2021, I was like, I think I was still sitting at like 180, 170. And I was like, listen, if I'm still this or 200 by next year and injuries haven't played a part, I'll do something else. Like I'll walk away. Like I don't want to play challengers that much. Like I'm over it. So I told my agent, I was like, hey, let's talk after the Open and let's see. So I ended up qualifying into the Open and I lost to Francis in 4. So I was playing better. I was kind of like, you know what? Let's see how the rest of this goes. But he reached out to Tennis Channel. I was like, I still want to try Tennis Channel. Let's see what happens. So they said, hey, when can you take a week off and come do it? I was like, the clay court season, because I'm not going to play anything on clay. So I was like, we'll do the clay court season, easy. So then they set up for me to do Belgrade, and there was another tournament that week. I can't remember. I went in, and I did, first time I did it, I had never, actually no, in the Knoxville Challenger, because I knew I had it coming up in like 2 months. the guy who does the commentary, I was like, Mike, let me do a match with you just because I have no idea how it's going to work. So we called Jack Sock and Prajnesh Gunneswaran. Well, I'm like, there's nobody really watching. It's like 40 people watching the live stream. But I got to feel it. I was like, okay, so this is how commentary works. So then the clay court season comes. I did a week, and I like really liked it.
I believe you take it too professional, man.
So what?
You take it too professional.
No, it's fun. Like, but once I got in it that first day, the first 2 days, I was like, no, this is fun.
You prepare like.
Yeah, sure.
Oh man, like, and the thing is,
notice what you say.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, because we're calling it live and we're calling it in Los Angeles. So
but
when you guys are
sing
playing
and you start to do guitar, it's the same
it's the
thing.
same
You
thing.
like, so it's.
No, I'm not about. I'm saying like how he spent like.
oh, like I prepared for it, yeah. Because I didn't want to be bad. I didn't want to get on TV and then say something stupid.
I mean, you
I had no idea. I had never done it before. So
I mean, even without seeing you on TV, the way you're talking, I was saying, fuck, it will be so easy for you. It's like. I don't know how to
he got it.
yeah, but then so we
It's like
were,
imagine you're super hungry and you want to eat and you're gonna prepare. Fuck, I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. Let's see. I will try a bit. Let's see how it goes. Oh, looks like I can finish it.
yeah, that was me. I just wanted to try a piece, and then the thing is, we were doing it.
I can finish
And
it.
the call time. This is when I knew I really enjoyed it because the call times were like 3 a.m. He was like, hey, Chris, you got to be here at 3 a.m. You got to be here at 2:30 a.m. You got to be here like different days because we're calling it in Belgrade time in Los Angeles. So like I would get the email and it'd be like call time 3 a.m. I was like, cool. Like when I knew I was excited to wake up at 2:30, I was like, no, I think this is good. So I did a week and they were like, hey, we really want to have you back. Like you did really well. And I was like, can you guys, they gave me some cues, some corrections and feedback. I was like, okay. So then I came back. That was in 2022. They said, hey, when can you find another week? I'm like, guys, the hard grass and the hardcore season's coming up. I don't know when I'll be able to find another week. So I told them I could do the week of Basel, Vienna, because I did 3 weeks in Korea. There was like a challenger in Las Vegas, and then there was the 3 indoor challenges in the US. I was like, I'm not gonna play Vegas. I'll just, when I fly back from Korea, I'll just stay in LA, do another week of commentary, see how it goes. I did that week, it was great. Like I felt way more comfortable. Like it's crazy, I felt way more comfortable. And then it just kind of happened from there. It was like, do you want to come back again next year? Like before I even finished it, they were like, when can you come back? So then I was like, clay court season 2023. So that was when we did this year, Monte-Carlo. I called Musetti Djokovic. That upset was really cool to call. And then I finished that week. And then they were like, it was right after Miami too. So I just had to beat
studio or from
in the
home?
studio.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had a deep run in Miami. Was thinking about playing Houston, ended up pulling out, and then went to LA. Did another week of commentary, and then went to Korea again.
So you went to the studio?
Yeah, we're in
it's
studio.
Not like
so,
on your city?
No. I had to fly out to Los Angeles. They set you up, and then it was like really in that second time I did it. That's when I was like, nah, I think I really like this. Like it's just fun. It is weird. I'm a lot better when something's live.
It's also that you have to move.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
It's not
takes a lot.
It's a job.
But when something's live, I'm a lot better at it than like they'll give you hey, can you just record this video? And I'm like, yeah. Hey, I'm Christopher. I can't get it out. My name is Christopher. Why is it Christopher? No, I'm Chris. I can't get it out. But when they're like, hey, 3, 2, 1, I'm like, hi. It's weird. I don't know why, but it's actually a lot of fun. Like I have to be in the mood to do it because I give a lot of energy to it. There's certain times like when they go cut, I'm like, see ya. Like I don't want to talk for like the whole day, and then I come back and at 4 a.m.
Opposite than Rublo. They asking a question today. Okay.
He does.
4 of us.
You tell you.
I mean, and when we are sitting 4 of us, and 3 of you smarter than me, what more I need to answer?
I was asking you questions specifically. He was like,
I mean, when he asked me specific, okay, stupid question like me about my hair, okay, I answer.
He's like talking to the microphone. You're like, I don't want to talk into the microphone.
But you hear this microphone, man, it was so loud.
It was very loud, but all you do is bring it further away from your mouth. It's not, it's not like it has to be up here.
I'm not that smart to realize it in the first seconds. That's why I say, okay, I'm not going to use the answer.
He took the microphone. He was like, no, I'm not saying. I'm like,
Gael had a good answer. So
he has great answers.
Yeah.
He has great answers. Like
Good
I was
ones.
like, man, like he's been doing this for 20 years. So I did. I got to do ESPN this year, so like I got to sit at the desk and call matches. Next time, if I ever get to do that again, I'm gonna be bring Andrey to the desk. Bring Andrey to the desk. But the thing is, so when we were calling Monte-Carlo and stuff, you were going to the desk with Prakash and Danny, and you were unbelievable.
What?
You were unbelievable when you went to the desk in Monte-Carlo. With Prakash and Danny, you were unbelievable.
After which match?
After you won, every match that you went to the desk in Monte-Carlo, but then after you won it, Prakash was like, hey, you know, so what's going to be your plan? You're going to the next tournament. He goes, I'm probably going to get drunk. You're like, I'm going to have a drink. And then Prakash was like, you deserve it. I like it. But like, you're so honest. I'm like, why don't you like talk? It was like so refreshing because like they would, there was one question I remember Prakash asked you because we were sitting there listening and they asked you, they go, you know, when things are going bad, you know, what do you tell yourself to stay positive? You're like, oh man, I was so negative. I was planning on leaving. I was checking out of the hotel in my mind. Like, I thought the match was over.
What I'm saying.
I thought the match was over, and then he came back and won.
thinks sometimes that the honest is like, okay, no, I cannot do, you know. But for the people who,
depends which.
No, but I think players too. Like when I heard you say that, I was like,
no,
thank
also
God.
the bad words. When you're playing and use the bad words, it's okay. It's like
when I heard you saying that, I was like, thank God. I felt like for so many years, like when Novak or Rafa and Roger or Murray, they get asked questions like that. It's always, and it's probably why they're so great. But they're literally saying, I never doubted, you know, that I could win. Even when things look bad, I still felt like if I kept fighting, I'd give myself a chance. I was like, bullshit. There are so many times I'm playing a match and I'm like, this sucks. Like I played a match against Kozlo in Indian Wells and I lost the first set 6-2. Won the second, I got up 6-0, 2-0 from the second and third set. He ended up breaking back, getting it on serve. He served for it at 5-4 in the third. I'm on the changeover. I look at the clock and I go, I could probably make a 3 o'clock flight. It was like the time was like, it was like 12:15.
It's coming natural.
It's like
those thoughts are coming natural.
12:15, like on the clock, and I know that there's like, I think probably before the flight.
That's happened to me.
Before the match, just to see, like worst case scenario, Palm Springs to Atlanta, one of these times. So I'm sitting up there, I see it's like 12, it's like maybe 1:15. I think there's a flight at like 4. I'm like, so if I finish this match, I get my string, I go to the hotel and pack, I can make Palm Springs by 4. Like I'm literally thinking all this on the changeover. I get up, I end up breaking, winning the match, like quality and win around, whatever. But like,
because you're not thinking on the match.
In that moment, I'm looking and I'm like, this sucks. Like I'm about to be out of here. Like I'm literally about to leave. Yeah.
Imagine South American players when you are here in Europe for more than 2 months and the last tournament. Last tournament is like changing the flight every day, you know? Bags ready on the, you know, it's like, it's the only tournament you are happy to lose, you know? It's like, okay, I'm just going back home.
But that's why when he's like, was that honest? I was like, thank God, because I feel like there's most of the players probably think like that. Like if they're in a bad situation, like, yeah, we want to win. Like if you're in a bad situation, you're like, all right, there's a 5 o'clock flight. I checked before this match. Like
it's also
not all like, I always knew I was going to come back. Like, okay, good for you, but not for me. Like,
it's also crazy how individual is, the opinions, and how you play, how you practice, how you eat, everything, and also different countries. So the culture, everything since you are young is totally different.
Yep.
You than me, you than Rublo, everything. It's like, no, I mean, everyone is different.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then at the end, that's the good thing about the commentators. You cannot speak about the players in the same way because it's not the same way.
Yeah.
There is no chance under anything situation. No, really.
So you checking the flights before every game? Or
Not everyone. But there's some. Not that many. But there are occasions where I'm kind of like, all right, just so I know.
The one.
Just so when I go to the locker room and sit my bag, I can tell my coach, there's a flight at 5. I'm gonna book it. Like we just let's be quick about this. Not go in the locker room and sit there for like 20 minutes wondering what happened. It's like, no, I go, what time is it? Okay, let's. And there are times in which I'm down and out, in which I'm like, no, I'm still in it. Like you just have a feeling. You have a feeling over the course of the match. Like I may be down right now, down a set and a break. I still feel like I'm gonna come back. But there's the rare occasion where you're like, oh well, we'll see how this goes.
You guys look at it or not before the matches?
Huh? What?
The evening before some matches, you look at it, the flights, or no? Never.
Just the last week I do.
Just the last week.
Yeah, because then I have
me,
to
I'm
stay,
not checking flights. I have agency.
You never book it by yourself.
No.
Okay.
In the past I was doing sometimes, but no, they do for me.
I mean, many
But
many
when I'm
times,
playing-
but as soon as I go out, I say to the manager, anyone, like,
No, but
take
it
the one,
happened
the
many
faster one.
times.
Fastest one.
Yeah.
Well, even this year in Australia, when I was playing Rune and I was losing with a break in the 5th set, I was thinking, no way. Now this afternoon I have to pack the stuff.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I will have long flight back to Europe, and I was 2 sets to 1 up, being 1 set away from quarterfinals, and now I'm losing 5-2 in the 5th. Like how shit is everything, and then I end up winning also. But this thought comes natural.
Crazy match. That was a 10-point breaker, right?
Yeah, 7-2 I was losing.
You were down,
7-2.
Oh, goodness.
5-0.
And with the net scored at the end?
Net goal, yes.
Yeah, because I was gonna say,
Unbelievable.
didn't you like celebrate and then went like, sorry?
Yeah. It was like this, yes.
Max Purcell, I was talking to him. He got screwed this year. He got screwed bad. So he was in Toronto.
I know, we played doubles with him. I was there.
Yeah, because he was telling me about it in Cincy. Like they were.
I had almost similar story to him.
Yeah. So what was it? So you guys played.
We were playing doubles, and we won the match. So it was Thursday, I think. We won the match, and the thing is, he was in quali.
Qualities of Cincinnati.
Yeah, and the first match on doubles, I think was starting at 12, and instead of Tupuras first match, because we were playing doubles players, they were not playing singles. So Tupuras first match, and in case if we lose, he will be able to fly. I think there was a flight
like
at
5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6 p.m. There was a straight flight Toronto-Cincinnati, and he was able to make it. And Saturday to go to play, they put us third match. So we went on court at 6.
Unbelievable.
And we lost an ATP, nothing, and we lost super tiebreak match. And he went by car.
Uber, Uber to the border to Detroit.
Yeah,
then,
sleep
Uber,
there, something. He arrived, I don't know, hotel 4 a.m., 5 a.m. or something. Sleep, I don't know how long, couple of hours, and played last match on Saturday. Passed quali and he did quarters.
Yeah, unbelievable. Sometimes the stories.
And was the same to me. Was the same when I beat Roger the year at Cincinnati.
way.
I forgot to sign Cincinnati to enter. I forgot because I was
Wait,
thinking
it's a mandatory though. You automatically.
my ranking was not good enough at that time because I dropped, and I was not mandatory anymore, and I didn't sign for quali. And I was playing as well doubles in Montreal with Zverev, and they put us doubles semi-final at that time. I don't remember. So the thing is, if we would win that match and we would be in the final, I would be not able to
Play quality.
to go to sign for alternate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And in the end we lost. I was able to get to Cincinnati, or they even signed me by the phone or something.
Yeah, you can text sometimes to sign in. Yeah.
So I get also late something, and everybody was telling me no chance you're gonna get in because Cincinnati is always super strong. There will be no alternates, for sure, no chance. I checked the previous years, there was no alternates, and they were telling me go full doubles, doesn't matter. So in the end, we were playing full, but we lost doubles anyway. And I was okay, now no doubles, no singles, blah blah. So I get in as an alternate. I pass quali, and the year when I beat Roger.
Unbelievable. I was telling Struffy too, like for some reason I'm really good with rackets. If you name any player in the top probably 150, I could tell you what racket they use like that.
And
I just know it.
well.
Strings probably.
No, strings.
Strings is it's a little bit tougher. It's a little bit tougher.
No.
The strings, because you don't know gray string, if it's Selenko or Lux or it's Alu Power.
Say the color.
Well, you switched to a hybrid this year. You started using gut and the cross, which I thought was, I saw like a photo. I was like, is that gut? And I like zoomed in. I was like, he didn't always use gut. I was like, what are you, Lux?
I tried many years ago and it was no chance.
You're Lux. And when you beat Roger, you were using that Wilson.
Wilson,
The Wilson,
Zebra.
the 6'1", the what?
6'1", 95.
Yeah,
Zebra
6'1", and then obviously your head extreme.
No, the player with rackets, yes, me too. I think I can.
You know what's crazy? There's a lot of players that when they step foot on the court, like that's one of the first things I notice. Where like especially if I don't know them, the first thing I notice is what racket they use. And I know some players are like close to. Some players are like they have no idea. Like
some players.
Ben Shelton told me, he goes like I step foot on. I have no idea what racket the guy used. As soon as I walk off the court, I'm like,
I know people.
You're at the net with the coin toss. Like,
I tell you more. I know people.
I have no idea about rackets and string.
No, I tell you, I know some people who sometimes they're not tennis players, they're watching tennis, but they don't even notice if it's right-handed or left-handed or it's one-handed play.
Yeah.
Yeah, they watch tennis, but they don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I could tell you everybody from like Mikhail Kukushkin to like, I'm trying to think. He's head speed with that string with the stencil like that.
See something.
The backhand's like underspin, like he.
Well, Tomic.
He's a head radical. Head radical. Went to Yannick's for a little bit.
Yes.
Remember, he went to Yannick's for a little bit, but then he's head radical.
Unbelievable, that guy.
Yeah. Also, too, I love that like first tournament of the year because I love seeing who changed. I love that first event of the year.
Changed. Huh? For Yonex, Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy's first event. Yeah, and he did well with it. So it's like he was at Yannick's now. But like that's like it's. First tournament of the year, like that warm up before Australia, I'm like, who changed rackets?
Thank you.
Welcome. Would you like a Monte-Carlo so far?
I'm okay, thank you.
I wanted to ask you, there was a big discussion on Twitter about what the 100-meter world champion said. Miles?
Yeah, Noah Lyles.
He made a statement because he was at World Championships, and he says, you know, it really frustrates him when he sees NBA players, when they win the NBA championship, throw on hats that say world champions. He's like, you're not world champions. It's a domestic sport. Like, you can't claim world champions. By literal definition, he's correct. However, the best basketball players in the world play in the NBA. So like he's not saying country versus country. He's saying if you take the Denver Nuggets, which has Nikola Jokic, who's from Serbia, and Jamal Murray, who I think is from if you take that team and make them play Barcelona's team,
if you
it's not going to be close. That's like the real true point. But he's trying to say like
it's true. It's like you say, okay, in German when you win a league, it's a world champion because you feel it's the better players.
No. In the NBA,
this is the best league.
The NBA, the best players go to the NBA.
But it's your opinion.
Yeah, it's opinion. That's fair. Because you can't. They're not going to play it out. Like, but I think this year, if I'm not mistaken, the Dallas Mavericks.
Now in the real World Cup, US didn't be in the final.
But that's not.
I know. The US. It was the 13, but didn't win. So the world champion.
But here's the thing: the US team is not the team that he's talking about. He's talking about the team that wins the NBA championship.
If you're talking about
that should
country,
that's world champion. I agree. Like that should be world champion, like for the Olympics and stuff. But I always did think it was a bit weird. Like I'm like everybody knows like. The NBA is the best. Why can't you just say NBA champion?
I just saw so many NBA guys who were really pissed.
Yeah, they were kind of clowning him a little bit, but like by definition, he's not wrong. I don't think, my opinion, he's not wrong. He just, the way that he said it, it sounded like he was kind of talking down to NBA guys, and it was like, calm down, bro.
It's just how you take it.
Was just interested to
No, it was super, it was interesting. Like when he said it, I was like, he's not wrong, but NBA guys are going to lose it. And then sure enough, and then they posted Greg Popovich had almost the exact same quote in 2010, and like everybody loves Coach Popovich. So it's like it was who said it, and it was the way he said it. That's what the problem was. He was like, world champions or what? Everybody knows like the NBA team, even probably a bad NBA team, is going to beat Barcelona's club team. Or whoever's club team in other parts of the world, or Asia, one of the Chinese teams. Like it's not, everybody knows that.
Sports in Argentina is the most important thing represent the country.
Oh, really?
Most important thing.
You would
in Argentina.
In sports in general, not
no
sports.
chance.
No chance. Same.
For me, it's no chance. I mean, it's the best thing I can do.
Not sports specific, just sports in general.
No, this is of course just for I think for all the countries.
No, not many.
No, not for all the countries.
No, not many.
To play Olympics?
Not
I think
Olympics.
to
I mean,
play it is
represent
cool.
the country even in a friendly match. Like for us, it's like to be there. It's
the biggest honor.
Yeah.
So
I think the same also for us.
I think depends.
US is a little like depends on who you are. It depends kind of on who you are. Like you look at some of those like I don't know. I feel like That's probably why a lot of guys, especially NBA guys who are already established, will pass up the Olympics 1 year to rest a little bit for the NBA season. Like, yeah, they have the opportunity to play, but they'd rather give it to somebody else and they're like, I'm good.
How many matches they play in the NBA is crazy, yeah?
82.
You think it's not too many?
82.
Like to get on the playoffs? It's like too many. Sometimes you see a match on TV and it's done. It's like they don't want to. It's like, you know, it's match number 60.
Ooh, what was the Miami game like?
It was good, eh?
Was it good?
It was good.
I saw the picture of you talking to Messi like right on the side, and it was funny. I think the post when they made it.
I was with my brother thinking about, okay, we have the chance. We have a week off after LA UTS before Washington. So what do we do? Okay, Messi is playing on Tuesday in Miami, so go to Miami because also it's easy to go and practice, and then we are close.
Do you know Dave?
And then yeah. So as soon as I put one step in Miami, I said to Dave, there is a chance because I know you have a box there. And he said, yeah, tomorrow at 8 a.m. tennis first, he said. Okay, I'm done. And then we go to the match in the afternoon. Okay, done. But never expect to have the box just a meter.
Next to it.
Yeah, it's like, like NBA or different leagues. Talking about football, it's like the bench is just a meter.
Do you guys know each other?
Yeah, I met him a few years before, but even if you met him, when you see him, it's like too much respect. It's like you don't want to say nothing, you know. It's like, okay, hello, Leo, and you know, it's done. You don't want to ask for a picture.
We are the same. We are brothers from other mothers.
And the first time I met him, it was in before the World Cup in Russia, and 2018, and I lost Rafa in quarterfinals in Roland Garros, and I was set and break up. And after that date, I have my flight from Barcelona, and they were doing like the pre-World Cup in there with the national team.
Yeah.
So I went there with a few players and spoke, and the first thing he said to me was like, how lucky was, in Spanish now obviously, how lucky was Rafa with the rain, because I was set and break, and the rain stopped the match.
Oh, so you came back out, it was heavy,
I was
slow.
6-4-3-1 and break point, like 4-4-1, and after that, we play like 15 more minutes and then coming back the other day. Yeah. And after that was like too easy for him with the sun at noon. But he said to me that, and I was thinking, okay, he was watching.
He was watching, yeah.
You know who I am, you know, like.
That's cool, man.
Maybe you can start first serve.
Play a nice.
As long as you hit it.
No warm up, first point, +3.
That was good.
Let's go out there, first point, +3. Yeah. Go for a first serve, miss it. Ah, well, that card's gone.
I played in LA, and it was with the crowd, DJ, moving, talking during the point, and I want to see here because indoor.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit louder.
Different, and I think that the thing it's tough to realize is when you cannot hear the ball.
Yeah, that's the only thing with noise is if you can't hear the ball.
It's difficult.
I did this thing with ESPN did this thing. I don't know if they asked you guys to do it, but like you wear the earpiece for like 5 or 10 minutes of your warm up at the Open, and I hit with Coco in Ash, and Novak had just finished. So Novak is signing autographs. So kids are screaming, Novak! I'm wearing the earpiece. So on one ear, it's just screaming Novak's name. On the other ear, they're asking me questions. And Coco, when she's warming up, she hits like 3 balls soft, and then she starts ripping. And so I'm sitting up there, and they can't, luckily the camera isn't getting the whole court, they're just getting my side. But I'm sitting here, I'm like, I can't hear the ball, so I have no idea how hard this ball is coming. Yeah. And I was struggling, and then they kept asking question after question, and I was like, guys, I'm struggling here. Like I was like, guys, I'm struggling to keep up with Coco here. So then they asked one more question, I took it out, and I was like, okay.
Many times I was hitting, and a guy was saying, Peque, and I was saying, please shut up. It was like, tough.
But see, the thing is, if it's background noise and it's constant, I feel like it's not that big of a deal. But if it was like really quiet and right when you're about to say, they go, like then it bothers you for some reason. Yeah. But if it's just constant noise, but if it's constant noise, I feel like it kind of drowns out. Like it doesn't seem as drastic. Whereas if the whole room is quiet,
then maybe 50 people is saying something, but you listen one voice.
Oh yeah, true.
That voice you have here is like me.
Yeah. I feel like Gail would be the worst person to play in this type of format.
He's just gonna
I didn't
he's just
expect
gonna run
Wu-
side to side.
Wu was going to do so well, like in LA.
Yeah, I mean he won it.
And he was with the
I mean he had the
crowd
celebrations and everything.
Every point, it was so funny. Yeah. It was like he was free for the first time, you know, like.
Yeah, that's true. He was actually very entertaining to watch. Like I felt like it was a surprise too. I felt like watching it, most people weren't expecting that. And he's like full on celebrating and everything. And
How is Korea? Good?
it's actually not bad. I've been twice now. Yeah, no, it's actually really good. Like the city itself.
Yeah, I never been.
Goodbye, guys. It was nice to see you. We're not gonna see each other like, for the next 10 years.
At some point, we should just do it just at a random tournament. Just be like, the guys are asking me, some of the American guys, you want to go out to dinner? I'm like, no, I'm going out with Diego, Andrey, and Struffy. And they're like for what?
What the hell?
Exactly.
Me too. My girlfriend. What?
Yeah, I'm going out with the guys. Me and the guys, we're gonna go out. Rublev, Diego, Struffy, we're the boys.
Bye, let's go, guys.